All right, high rollers, Super Bowl 52 set for Sunday in Minneapolis. The New England Patriots, Philadelphia Eagles, Pats gunning for ring number 6. Philly in search of its first ever Lombardi trophy. New England, last I checked, a 5-point favorite to win. And here to break it all down for us is my good buddy Steve Rich, co-host of the Tony George Sports Show, one of the best handicappers in the business. Steve, welcome to the show, man. Thanks for being our high roller today.
Thank you, Derek. Appreciate you having me, buddy. Ready for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, me too. Can't wait for this game. First off, what did you make of the NFC and AFC championship games? Jaguars jumped out to a big lead, but then Tom Brady did what Tom Brady does, claws them back to win. And Minnesota scores early, but it was Philly the rest of the way. And also I'm wondering how momentum from those games carries over a 2-week break into the Super Bowl, or does it?
Well, I don't take too much momentum into it. This time of year, everybody's playing for the same thing, Derek. It's that Super Bowl trophy, and nobody likes it better than Tom Brady and Bill Belichick.
When you mention Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, you're talking about two of the best ever in their chosen fields, aren't you? I mean, two of the very best.
Right. What they did to the Jaguars kind of did to themselves with some poor play calling, and you give the Patriots any extra little bit, you're going to lose the game to them.
Then I tuned in to watch Minnesota. They scored that beautiful touchdown early, but man, did Philly run away with it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to Minnesota. I mean, it's a little overachieving so far this year, I'm pretty sure, actually, along with the Eagles maybe. But Eagles just turned it into a regular route. At home, Case Keenum, deer in the headlights in Philly, I guess, with the crowd, and Eagles beat the hell out of them.
They sure did. Okay, we've got the Patriots going for their third Super Bowl in 4 years. They faced the Eagles. Last time New England was going for its third Super Bowl in 4 years, in 2004, it was also the Eagles. What do you make of this matchup come Sunday? Do you like this game?
Well, not a lot. I think odds makers have it pretty right on. Actually, today they moved it to 4.5 for everybody. New England minus 4.5 most places. At Westgate, you can actually get New England minus 4. I'm actually sending somebody to Westgate today to get me that New England minus 4 because I kind of like that line. But, New England's only, their average margin of victory in the Super Bowl is 3.7 points. So kind of a walk in a fine line, but Nick Foles put on such a display in the NFC Championship game, and he's been up and down in his career. I look for the down a little bit here in this game out of Nick Foles.
One of the things you mentioned there is that you're always looking for the line as it moves. I mentioned the Patriots were a 5-point favorite. Of course, I saw that when the line first came out. Then I forgot about it. I go 2 weeks thinking they're a 5-point favorite, but the guys that are betting and gambling on this game, they're always looking for an edge.
Right. Last week, lots of big bets came in on Philly. CG took a $700,000 money line bet on the Eagles. South Point took a $500,000 bet on them. And MGM has taken several multi-million-dollar bets on the Eagles, plus 5.5 and the money line.
Wow, so a lot of people pulling for Philly.
Philly early, but what I'm expecting, just like usually happens, the last 48 hours, Derek, the public gets out to Vegas, and this is the only game of the year the public actually moves the line. And once that public gets out to Vegas, I think we're going to have a lot of public action coming in on New England and move that line back up to probably 5.5 to 6.
Well, it makes for a great game, the Super Bowl, always. Let's hope it's a close one and a barn burner. I know you're usually out in Vegas for the Super Bowl. A lot of action there this time of year. You're not going this year, but can you tell us what it's like in Vegas during Super Bowl week?
Well, it's just crazy. And one thing I would recommend out there, I know we hang out at the CG Technology Sportsbooks, the Palms, the Hard Rock, Legacy Stadium, places like that. And most of the places anymore have the app you can get on your phone as soon as you land in Vegas, where you can just actually bet from your app. I highly recommend that as opposed to going up and standing in the massive lines to get to waiting to make bets up there.
There's lots of action. There's some big bets. The prop bets came out. What do you make of some of the prop bets?
Yeah, the prop bets are always a lot of fun. I like to take a few of those, but not too many. One thing I always like to do is take the safety, which actually has happened as the first score, is 40-1 right now. This has been a safety 9 times. 3 of those times it was actually the first score of the game.
Wow.
So that's just kind of a fun bet. I'll throw, 20, maybe $50 on that and see if I can't hit a nice return or something. I don't want to take a lot of my money up on a 41 bet.
Well, one of the prop bets that I saw that was interesting was the Eagles at -3.5. Now it seems if you like the Eagles to win this game, if you're an Eagles fan or just pulling for them, you want the underdog to win. That might be the bet for you.
Well, that's not bad, depending on what the odds you can get on that. I'd want some pretty nice odds on that.
Okay, so you're saying right now it's -4.5 New England. You might get them at -4, depending if you can get in on time. What do you make of the
Right,
game?
yeah, right now has -4, so.
Yeah, do you think the Patriots are going to win this game and cover? You obviously do, right?
I really think so. There's just so much coming in on Philadelphia right now. And a lot of the sharp players like the money line, but that's part of a sharp player likes the value of the money line, and a lot of them are getting it. Well, right now I believe it's plus 160 is what it's down to, but a lot of the guys got it at plus 180 made the big bets. Like 180, 175, so everybody's looking for value, and that's one place that the sharp players do like to find it is the money line. And the Pats have stepped on themselves a few times in the past, like losing to the Giants when they had the perfect season going on. The Giants had no business winning. I think some people kind of see Philly as that kind of a team, not to mention the fact they can run the ball well. New England gives up lots of yards to the run. That's one of my prop bets, J.I.J.A., over 60.5 yards, only laying 110, so it's just a normal bet. But the Pats are giving up 4.6 yards a carry, which is next to last in the league. And I'm also going to go with J.I.J.A. over 14.5 total carries for this game, because I think they try to keep the ball on the ground and out of Tom Brady's hands.
Well, one of the prop bets I saw that I think might be interesting is, will Tom Brady throw an interception? Now, you mentioned the Giants. The Eagles seem to be a team of destiny. They lost their quarterback. They lost some other key players, but they've got a good defense. They can rush 4. Maybe they can put some pressure on Tom Brady. And what do you think about that, a team of destiny? Nick Foles steps in, plays pretty well. They seem to be getting the job done, but now they're up against, the best team in the business.
Right. I like your prop bet there with the Brady throwing an interception. That's a plus 115. And he's thrown 5 interceptions in the Super Bowl games that he's been in. Interestingly enough, Derek, 4 of those have been in the last 3 games, and he threw 6 interceptions in the last 6 regular season games this year. Philly tied for 4th in the league with 19 interceptions, but plus 2 in the playoffs. I like Philly to pick off Brady once. He'll take some chances.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good game. I'm hoping so anyway. I'm wondering, you're a longtime NFL fan, longtime football fan, and when you talk about football and it comes to Philadelphia, this is a city, as a franchise, that's had some heartbreak, right? Some disappointment over the years. They've never won the championship. Any chance this is the year?
Well, sir, there's certainly a chance for Philly. They've got I think overall, with the quarterback and coach, they probably have a better team than New England. So they certainly have their chance, but you know how important a coach and quarterback are, and I'm not going to step in front of the Brady bus.
Oh, no doubt. It would certainly mean a lot to that city, though, wouldn't it?
Oh, most certainly. I wouldn't mind seeing them win it either. I like to see different teams win, but then again, I also like to see the team that I'm playing with win.
Now, one matchup that I've taken note of is Malcolm Jenkins versus Rob Gronkowski. Well, do you know Gronk's status? And he took that vicious hit there last game.
But, now, they're still listing him as probable. I don't think he's practiced yet, but I can't foresee him not playing. He missed it last year with a back injury. I don't think he misses it this year with the Patriots somehow can finagle concussion protocol and get him out there on the field, you have to think.
What about some other areas of this game? Obviously turnovers play a big factor to any game, but anything jump out at you that we might want to watch for?
Well, one thing jumps out at me, Derek, is the first quarter total. They've got it sitting at 9.5. It seems kind of low. Strangely enough, the Pats have not scored in the first quarter of any of the Super Bowls they played in. And they've only allowed a grand total of 15 points to the other teams. I like the under in the first quarter. I like a slow start here to this game. Both teams kind of feeling each other out. You'll see that a lot in the Super Bowls. But the Pats have been good, not allowing a point, or not scoring a point, and then only allowing 15 to their opponents. Last 16 Super Bowls, average score in the first quarter, 6.2 points.
Wow.
That's something I kind of like. There's the under in the first quarter. It seems a little strange. You think Brady maybe get off to a hot start, but that's just not been typical in the Super Bowls.
You know, this sports betting is big business, isn't it? I saw a stat that I think in Nevada last year there was $140 million bet on the game. And if
Right.
they say that Nevada only takes in about 2.5% of total action, I mean, this is the most massive game of the year. Any sport.
Yeah. Yeah, they're looking probably for a record handle again out in Vegas. I think they've hit that the last 3 years and pretty much look to be doing it again. But like you say, they take in just a very small part of the actual amount of money gambled. Yeah, look for a state near you to start legalizing gambling.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, listen, man, as always, I appreciate the time. I really hope you enjoy the game. I hope it's close. I hope you win all your bets, though. Steve Rich, at Steve Rich LRP on Twitter, co-host of the Tony George Show. Thanks for your time, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Derek. Have a great day and enjoy the Super Bowl.